two coherent waves are represented by y1 equals a1 cos omega t and y2 equals a2 sin omega t. The resultant intensity due to interference will be, here we have given with two waves which are coherent. The first one is a1 cos omega t, but I will write that as a1 sin omega t plus pi by 2. Why? Because we need to have same trigonometric functions in order to compare. Hence I am converting cos into sin using the identity sin 90 plus theta is cos theta. Now we have y2 equals a2 sin omega t. Comparing these two, we will find that the phase difference between these two waves as pi by 2, that is 90 degree. The amplitude of the first wave is a1, the amplitude of the second wave is a2. The amplitude of resultant wave can be obtained by a formula which is similar to the resultant of two vectors, which is given by root of amplitude of the first wave squared plus amplitude of the second wave squared plus 2 times amplitude of the first wave into amplitude of the second wave into cosine of the phase difference between them. The third term is going to be 0 since cos 90 degree is 0. So we have the resultant amplitude of this two waves is a1 squared plus a2 squared whole to the power 1 by 2. We know that the intensity is directly proportional to amplitude squared. Therefore, intensity of resultant wave is given by a1 squared plus a2 squared, which is given in option C. In Fresnel's biprism experiment, a mica sheet of refractive index 1.5 and thickness 6 into 10 to the power minus 6 meter is placed in the path of one of the interfering beams, as a result of which the central fringe gets shifted through 5 fringe widths. The wavelength of light used is, we know the apparatus of Young's double slit experiment, in which we have two coherent sources S1 and S2, in front of which we will be having a screen. We will be obtaining the central fringe width at location O, which is also called as center of the screen. But if we place a thin transparent medium in front of any one of these slits, the new location of this central maxima will be at O dash. Say the shift is equal to x, which is given by the formula x equals mu minus 1 into t divided by lambda into beta, where mu is the refractive index of this transparent medium, t is the thickness of this transparent medium, lambda is the wavelength of light used, and beta is the fringe width. Since this x is given in terms of fringe width, we can also write that as 5 times beta, which is equal to mu minus 1 into t divided by lambda into beta. Beta get cancelled. We can rewrite the formula for lambda, and we can also substitute the values of mu, that is 1.5, t is 6 into 10 to the power minus 6 divided by 5. Solving this, we'll get that lambda value as 6000 angstrom as given in option A. The path difference between two wavefronts emitted by coherent sources of wavelength 5460 angstrom is 2.1 micron. The phase difference between the wavefronts at that point is, the relationship between the phase difference and the path difference is given by phase difference is equal to 2 pi by lambda times path difference. Now substitute 2 pi divided by lambda is 5460 angstrom into the path difference is 2.1 into 10 to the power minus 6. Solving this, we'll get the answer as 7.692 pi as given in option B. In Young's experiment, the distance between two slits is d by 3 and the distance between the screen and the slit is 3d. The number of fringes in 1 by 3 meter on the screen formed by monochromatic light of wavelength 3 lambda will be. First of all, let us evaluate the fringe width in this case, which is given by lambda dash d dash divided by d dash. In general, the wavelength in this case is given as 3 lambda. The distance between slit and the screen is given as 3d. The distance of separation between the slits is given as d by 3 in this case, solving which will get beta as 27 times lambda d divided by d. Now, how many such fringes can occupy a distance equal to 1 by 3 meter? That is the question. Now, this distance 1 by 3 meter must be equal to n times the fringe width. So, where n is the number of fringes that can occupy in this region. So, formula for n is x divided by beta. Now, x value is 1 by 3 meter. 1 by 3 times beta. Beta is 27 lambda d divided by d. Solving this, will get the answer as d divided by 81 lambda d, option C. Two light rays having the same wavelength lambda in vacuum are in phase initially. Then the first ray travels a path L1 through a medium of refractive index N1, while the second ray travels a path of length L2 through a medium of refractive index N2. The two waves are then combined to observe interference. The phase difference between the two waves is, we have two sources giving coherent waves. The first wave coming from S1 will travel through a medium having refractive index N1 and length L1. The second wave coming from S2 will travel through another optical medium of refractive index N2 and length L2. These two waves are superposed at some point, say P, to obtain interference pattern. First, we need to figure out the path difference between the two waves on reaching the point P. We need to calculate the equivalent vacuum medium for both the media. For first medium, the equivalent vacuum medium is given by x1 equals n1 L1. Equivalent vacuum medium for the second optical medium is given by x2 equals n2 L2. In general, the equivalent vacuum medium is the product of the refractive index of the given medium and its length. The path difference is obtained because of these two different media, and that is given by x1 minus x2. We know the relationship between the phase difference and the path difference, which is delta phi. Phase difference equals 2 pi by lambda into delta x, which is path difference. Substitute x1 minus x2, and for x1 we have n1 L1 and for x2 we have n2 L2. We'll get the phase difference as 2 pi by lambda times n1 L1 minus n2 L2 as given in option B. In Young's double slit experiment, angular width of a fringe formed on a distant screen is 1 degree. The wavelength of light used is 6000 angstrom. What is the separation between the slits? We have slit here and a screen is placed at a distance d. This is the 0th order bright fringe, that is central maxima, and this is the first order bright fringe. The distance of separation between consecutive bright fringe is called as fringe width, which is beta. Now this is arc length, this is radius, and this is the angle subtended by the arc length. We have the formula relating these three as d theta is equal to beta. Beta can also be written as lambda d divided by d, where small d represent distance of separation between the slits. Now we need to know what is the distance between the slits, that is d equals lambda divided by theta. Now substitute for lambda, which is 6000 angstrom, divided by theta is given in terms of degree, that is 1 degree, which is 3.14 divided by 180 radian. Solving this, we'll find option C, 0.0344 mm as the answer. In Young's double slit experiment, we get 10 fringes in the field of view monochromatic light of wavelength 4000 angstrom. If we use monochromatic light of wavelength 5000 angstrom, the number of fringes in the same field of view is, the length of the field of view is given by number of fringes in the field of view times the fringe width. Here this field of view is same for both the cases, hence we may write that as x1 is equal to x2. For the first case it is n1 beta 1, and for the second case it is n2 beta 2. n1 is given as 10, beta 1 is lambda 1 d1 divided by d1 is equal to n2 we need to evaluate, beta 2 is lambda 2 d2 divided by d2. Since we are not going to change the apparatus, the distance between the screen and the slit separation remains same in both cases. We may use the shortcut formula n1 lambda 1 is equal to n2 lambda 2 for future numericals. Now n2 is equal to 10 times lambda 1, which is 4000 angstrom, divided by lambda 2, that is 5000 angstrom. Solving this, we'll get the answer for n2 as 8. Option A is the right choice. With a monochromatic light, the fringe width obtained in a Young's double slit experiment is 0.133 cm. The whole setup is immersed in water of refractive index 1.33. Then the new fringe width is, generally the fringe width is given by the expression beta equals lambda d divided by d. Since the first case is air, we may write this as beta air and wavelength as lambda air. If the complete apparatus is immersed in water, the new fringe width is beta water equals the new wavelength will be lambda water, but the capital D and small d does not get altered, hence they are just same, capital D and small d inside the water also. Now take the ratio of beta in water to the beta in air. We'll have lambda in water divided by lambda in air in the RHS. This term is nothing but reciprocal of refractive index of water. Now beta inside the water is equal to 1 divided by 1.33 into beta air, which is given as 0.133. Solving which we will get the answer 0.1 centimeter. Option B. In a double slit interference experiment, the distance between the slits is 0.05 centimeter and screen is 2 meter away from the slits. The wavelength of light used is 6000 angstrom. The distance between the successive fringes. The distance between successive fringe is called as fringe width, given by the expression lambda d divided by d, where capital D is the distance between the slit and the screen. Small d represents distance of separation between the slits. Substituting lambda, that is 6000 angstrom, d, that is given as 2 meters, small d, that is given as 0.05 centimeters, which is 0.05 into 10 power minus 2 meters. Solving this, will get the answer as 0.24 centimeter, option A. Let the two interfering beams have intensities 9:4. The intensity ratio in the interference pattern would be, we have the ratio of intensities of two different waves given as 9:4. We know that intensity is directly proportional to amplitude squared. Therefore, I1 by I2 can also be written as A1 by A2 whole squared. Solving this, we'll get the ratio of amplitudes as 3 divided by 2. That means amplitude of the first wave is 3 units, amplitude of the second wave is 2 units. We'll obtain maxima when we have constructive interference. The maximum amplitude for the constructive interference is A1 plus A2, that is going to be 3 plus 2, 5 units. We'll get minima for destructive interference when we have minimum amplitude, which is given by A1 minus A2 equal to 3 minus 2, which is 1 unit. Now, the ratio of intensities corresponding to maxima and minima is given by A max divided by A minimum whole squared, which is 5 by 1 whole squared equal to 25 by 1, option A. In Young's double slit experiment, let S1 and S2 be the two slits. The C be the center of the screen. If angle S1 C S2 equals theta and lambda is the wavelength, the fringe width will be. Consider the apparatus of Young's double slit experiment. In this numerical, it is given that the angle S1 S2 is theta. Now consider the relationship between capital D, which is the distance of separation between the slit and the screen. The distance of separation between the slits is small d, and the angle subtended by these slits at the center of the screen is theta. The relationship between these three physical quantities may be written as D equals capital D into theta, or in other words, theta is equal to small d divided by capital D. The fringe width expression is given by lambda d divided by d, which is nothing but lambda divided by theta according to this expression. Hence option A is the right choice. Nth bright fringe of red light, lambda 1 equals 7500 angstrom, coincides with n plus 1th bright fringe of green light, lambda 2 equals 6000 angstrom. The value of n is. Let this be screen. Point O is center of the screen, where we get central bright fringe. At a distance x from this point, say we are going to get nth bright fringe due to red light. At the same location, we are also going to get n plus 1th bright fringe due to green light. we can write the formula as x equals x. The distance x from the center of the screen is written as n times the fringe width due to red light. The same distance x may be written as n plus 1 times the fringe width due to second wavelength, that is green light. Now substitute n times beta 1, that is lambda 1 d divided by d is equal to n plus 1 lambda 2 d divided by d. The value of capital D and small d is going to remain same in both the experiment. Now n divided by n plus 1 is equal to lambda 2 divided by lambda 1. Lambda 2 is 6000, lambda 1 is 7500 in the units angstrom. Solving this, we'll get n as n by n plus 1 as 4 by 5. The value of n is 4, option A. 2 point white dots are 1 mm apart on a black paper. They are viewed by eye of pupil diameter 3 mm. Approximately, what is the maximum distance at which these dots can be resolved by the eye? Take wavelength of light equals 500 nanometer. The eye is similar to the telescope whose limit of resolution is given by 1.22 lambda divided by the diameter of the telescope. Now, these two are the dots which should be viewed by eye. Let this is the maximum distance till which these two dots can be seen as distinct. According to definition, this angle becomes limit of resolution of eye. Let the maximum distance till which they get resolved be denoted by symbol x. The distance of separation between these two dots is y. According to trigonometry, we have tan delta theta is approximately equal to delta theta since the angle is very small, and that is equal to opposite side by the adjacent side. Using this, we can write 1.22 lambda divided by d equals y divided by x. Now we need to evaluate x, which is equal to y, that is the distance of separation between the dots, which is 1 mm, 1 into 10 to the power minus 3, into d, that is the diameter of the pupil, that is 3 into 10 to the power minus 3 meters, divided by 1.22 into lambda, which is 500 nanometer, or 5 into 10 to the power minus 7 meters. Solving this, we'll get the distance equal to 4.9 meter, which is option D. In Young's double slit experiment, 12 fringes are obtained to be formed in a certain segment of the screen when light of wavelength 600 nanometer is used. If the wavelength of light is changed to 400 nanometer, number of fringes observed in the same segment of the screen is given by. In both the cases, we have same segment. The dimension of the segment is, say, x. The dimension of the segment is given by number of fringes obtained in the segment times the fringe width. For the first case, number of fringes is n1 and the fringe width is beta 1. For the second case, number of fringes is n2 and the fringe width is beta 2. Now n1 into beta 1 is lambda 1 d divided by d, and n2 times beta 2 is lambda 2 d divided by d. We are not going to change the apparatus, hence capital D and small d remains same. We can use this formula as a shortcut. N2 is equal to n1 lambda 1 divided by lambda 2. Substitute. n1 is 12, lambda 1 is 600 nanometers, lambda 2 is 400 nanometer. Solving this, we'll get answer as 18 fringes, option B. In an interference pattern has maximum and minimum intensity in the ratio 36:1, then what will be the ratio of amplitudes? The ratio of maximum intensity to the minimum intensity is given as 36/1. The intensity is directly proportional to square of the amplitude. The amplitude corresponding to maximum intensity is A max. The amplitude corresponding to minimum intensity is A minimum. So solving this, we have A max divided by A minimum equal to 6/1. A max is given by A1 plus A2 since it is constructive interference. A minimum is given by A1 minus A2 since it is destructive interference. Now cross multiplying this, 6A1 minus 6A2 is equal to A1 plus A2. Now this is equal to 5A1 is equal to 7A2. The ratio A1 by A2 is equal to 7/5. Option D is the right choice. In Young's double slit experiment, lambda is the wavelength of light used, D is the separation between the two slits, and capital D is the distance of the screen from the slits. The fringe width would remain unchanged if, for the first case, the fringe width is given by wavelength of light used, capital D divided by small d. Let us evaluate for the first option, in which both lambda and capital D are doubled. So the new fringe width will be 2 lambda 2 times d divided by d. So it is going to be 4 times the initial fringe width. If you check option B, the new fringe width will be lambda is unaltered, capital D is doubled, small d is doubled. Solving this, we'll get beta dash is equal to beta. So option B is the right choice. Let us check option C and option D as well. In option C, we have beta dash equals, here lambda is unaltered, capital D is doubled, and small d is halved. So here we see beta dash is equal to 4 beta. In the last option, beta dash is equal to, here the lambda value is doubled, capital D is unaltered, small d is halved. So in this case also we find beta dash is equal to 4 beta. In option B, we see that fringe width is same as that of the initial fringe width. So option B is the right choice. Radiation of wavelength 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter falls on a slit of width 4 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter. The angular dispersion of the central maximum will be. Let us recall the diffraction experiment. The angular width of the central maximum is given as theta, and we need to evaluate that. The physical size of the central maximum is W. The distance between the slit and the screen is capital D. We know that W is equal to 2 lambda D divided by D. Also, we can write d theta is equal to W, since theta is very small and capital D is very large. Hence, theta is equal to W divided by D. Now, substituting for W, we have theta equals 2 times lambda divided by small d, where small d is the slit width. Lambda is given as 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter, and slit width is given as 4 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter. Solving this, will get theta as 1 radian, which is approximately equal to 57 degree. Option B is the right choice. When the angle of incidence is 60 degree on the surface of a glass slab, it is found that reflected light is completely polarized. The velocity of light in the glass is, when the angle of incidence is 60 degree, the reflected light is completely polarized, hence 60 degree is polarizing angle. Using Brewster law, we can calculate the refractive index of the glass given by tan of the Brewster angle. So tan 60 degree is √3. Therefore, refractive index of the glass slab is √3. We also know that velocity of the light in any medium is given by velocity of light in vacuum divided by refractive index of that medium. So C value is known to be 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Mu value is √3 here. So solving, we have answer as √3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, option B. A single slit of width A is illuminated by violet light of wavelength 400 nanometer, and the width of the diffraction pattern is measured as Y. When half of the slit width is covered and illuminated by yellow light of wavelength 600 nanometer, the width of the diffraction pattern is. We know that the width of the central maximum is given by 2 lambda d divided by A, where lambda is the wavelength of light used, d is the distance between the slit and the screen, A is the width of the slit. Here we are going to change the wavelength and the width of the slit. Hence, for the first case, I am going to represent them by lambda 1 and A1. For the second case, lambda is replaced by lambda 2 and A is replaced by A2. Taking the ratio W2 to W1, we have lambda 2 by lambda 1 into A1 by A2. Now substitute. Lambda 2 is 600 nanometer, lambda 1 is 400 nanometer, A1 is say A2 is half of the slit width is covered. It is given that half of the slit is covered, hence it is going to be A by 2. Now it is going to be 12 by 4, which is equal to 3. Now we have W2 equals 3 times W1, but W1 is given as Y, hence the answer is 3Y, option B. A star is emitting yellow light. If it is accelerated towards Earth, then to an observer on Earth it will appear. Here the star is accelerated towards the Earth, hence its velocity of approach go on increasing. Since the star is coming towards the Earth, the apparent frequency will be greater than the real frequency, and this apparent frequency is also go on increasing. So for the observer on Earth, the star emitting yellow light will be seen as gradually changing to violet, option B.